And he is instrumental in sort of the education establishment here.
With classes back in session and students in seats, it's hard to believe it's been 5 years since COVID-19 took hold.
No, I can't believe that.
When schools closed down in March 2020, students like Alan Rodriguez Granados went home not knowing how long spring break would last.
I remember I was really happy because I didn't have to go to school anymore, and I could just stay home and chill.
As coronavirus spread, learning shifted online. The transition tough on both sides of the computer screen.
It was kind of hard. I didn't really learn much, but like the things that I did learn did stick, so I was grateful for that.
Teachers worked extremely hard to modify their instruction from being in person to this remote hybrid environment. And in all transparency, it reduced the quality of instruction that was occurring compared to their in-person environment.
Rhonda Hannaford is the Deputy Commissioner of Student Excellence with the Colorado Department of Education. She says Colorado students experienced a year and a half of disrupted learning during the pandemic. Even after they returned, it wasn't easy.
I felt underprepared and not ready for what was gonna come up. I was able to catch on to new materials pretty quick, so I wasn't really lagging too far behind.
Reading and math scores statewide dropped down sharply. Chronic absenteeism in students spiked from 22% to 35%, while mental health tanked. Students, especially middle and high schoolers, reported high levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. And some kids got left even further behind.
We saw that student achievement gaps widened, particularly for our marginalized student groups. Within that, we saw that there were pre-existing declines between our different groups of students, and that was further exacerbated and accelerated as a result of the pandemic.
Learning losses that teachers like Jeffrey Almond felt in the classroom.
What that does psychologically for us and our kids, I would worry more about that, sociologically or something, the impact of that and what's happened since, versus oh, you missed out on 30 days of math. At a certain point, some of those things start to seem kind of insignificant. There's bigger things to be worried about than you're a little bit behind in reading.
I think it was everybody. I could feel some people were struggling, some people were not.
Hannaford says the state is building back the learning lost during the pandemic. Early literacy grants, improved training, and new programs to assess student skills are helping boost math and reading scores statewide. For 3rd through 6th graders, their CMath math scores are even topping where they hit in 2019.
Students coming back to school, engaging in their learning, those are good signs.
For Rodriguez Granados, catching up in class took time.
A couple years passed, I was able to catch up a bit, and I felt more ready and prepared.
Now he's feeling ready for whatever high school has ahead.